Imagine you're out in the wilderness, surrounded by nothing but nature, when suddenly you come face to face with one of the most powerful predators on the planet, a bear. What would you do? In today's video, we're diving into 3 real-life bear encounters that push people to the brink of survival. From hikers cornered by a charging grizzly to a lone camper forced to defend his life, these stories will leave you on the edge of your seat. Could you stand your ground, or would you run for your life? Stick around to find out, because things are about to get wild. Number 1. While preparing for an overnight camp on top of a remote mountain in the Swedish Lapland, YouTuber Vahid Kulsberg and his loyal husky Riley had an unexpected and heart-pounding encounter with a young bear. It started off as a peaceful evening, with Vahid enjoying the stunning panoramic views of the landscape, unaware that danger was lurking nearby. But Riley, always alert, spotted something moving in the tree line far below, her instincts kicking in instantly. Reacting quickly, Vahid tied Riley to a leash, knowing that if she chased after whatever was down there, things could get dangerous fast. As he grabbed his camera to get a closer look, his worst fears were confirmed. It was indeed a bear, and not just any bear, but one that seemed young, curious, and far too close for comfort. The bear, drawn to the movement and noise, started climbing up the mountain toward their camp. Things escalated when Vahid's attempts to scare off the bear by yelling only made it more interesting. The bear moved faster toward them, putting Vahid and Riley in a potentially life-threatening situation. With no other option, Vahid resorted to throwing large rocks down the hill in an attempt to drive the bear away. Though none of the rocks hit the mark, the noise and commotion were enough to make the bear reconsider, and eventually, it turned back into the woods. Vahid and Riley were lucky to escape unharmed, but it was a close call. What would you have done in such a situation? Run for safety or stand your ground like Vahid did? Number 2. During an organized tour at Glacier National Park in Montana, a group of unsuspecting tourists found themselves in an incredibly tense and potentially deadly situation when they came face to face with a massive grizzly bear. The bear was minding its own business at first, just wandering through the forest, but its sheer presence was enough to draw the attention of the excited tourists. Some members of the group, eager for a closer look and some picture-perfect moments, began inching toward the animal without realizing how dangerous such a move could be. But before they could get too close, the grizzly suddenly became aware of the crowd and, without warning, began charging directly toward them. Panic immediately set in as the tourists, fearing for their lives, scrambled to get out of the bear's path, desperately trying to retreat to the safety of the larger group. The situation could have turned catastrophic in seconds, but luckily, a park ranger was present and quickly stepped in to handle the situation. With authoritative shouts and gestures, the ranger managed to divert the bear's attention, guiding it away from the tourists. Amazingly, despite being so close to a large group of people, the bear showed little interest in the potential threat or food that the tourists represented. Instead, it simply continued on its way, indifferent to the chaos it had caused. The Those tourists were incredibly lucky that the bear wasn't hungry or feeling territorial, because if it had been, the outcome could have been far worse. This incident serves as a sobering reminder of just how unpredictable and dangerous wild animals can be, especially when people get too close. Number 3. Before we dive into number 3, if you're enjoying these intense bear encounters and want to see more jaw-dropping wildlife moments, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more thrilling adventures, survival stories, and wild animal face-offs coming your way. Plus, by turning on the notification bell, you'll never miss out on our latest videos. So go ahead, subscribe now and join the adventure. YouTuber Norwegian explorer found himself in a high-stakes standoff while hiking through the remote wilderness of Kings Canyon National Park. What began as a peaceful trek through the woods quickly took a terrifying turn when he spotted a bear nearby. The bear was not just passing by. It had its sights set on a nearby couple who were packing up their campsite. Likely drawn by the scent of food, the bear was slowly approaching, its curiosity piqued. The YouTuber watched nervously as the bear got closer to the unsuspecting campers. Realizing the danger, he sprang into action, yelling at the bear in an effort to scare it off. But the bear wasn't easily deterred. It seemed determined, continuing to move toward the campsite. Norwegian explorers' shouting escalated, but the bear, undeterred, performed a bluff charge, a mock run intended to scare the human. Despite the obvious threat, Norwegian explorer didn't back down. Instead, he stood his ground, continuing to yell with more intensity. Minutes passed, each one filled with tension, as the bear stared them down. The standoff seemed to last forever, and after another bluff charge, the bear finally turned and ran off into the trees, leaving the campers and the YouTuber unharmed but undoubtedly shaken. This encounter highlights just how dangerous and unpredictable wild animals can be, especially when food is involved. Norwegian explorers' brave actions likely prevented what could have been a disastrous situation, but it was still a close call. Would you have done the same, or would you have left the scene as quickly as possible? Bears are among the most powerful and adaptable predators in the wild, with species like the grizzly bear, polar bear, and black bear known for their size, strength, and versatility. They are opportunistic omnivores, meaning they will eat whatever is available, from plants and berries to fish and large mammals. Their sharp claws and powerful jaws can easily tear through flesh, making them dangerous when provoked or threatened. Adult male grizzlies, for example, can weigh up to 600 pounds with the force to deliver a fatal blow to prey or humans alike. This raw physical power alone makes bears a formidable presence in the wilderness. One of the key reasons bears are so dangerous is their unpredictability. Though they usually avoid humans, when food or young cubs are involved, their behavior can quickly turn aggressive. Bears are highly territorial, and getting too close to them, especially a mother with cubs, can result in an immediate and fierce response. Their incredible speed, up to 35 miles per hour for some species, coupled with their climbing and swimming abilities, means that once a bear decides to attack, outrunning or outmaneuvering them is nearly impossible. If you've enjoyed learning about why bears are such formidable creatures, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating animal facts and wildlife encounters. We've got more thrilling content on the way, so be sure to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next wild adventure.